All right, class, welcome back to part 2 of this lesson 8 and 9 virtual school module 5 Bluebonnet math series. As we are snowed in today, I wanted to go ahead and give you an outlook and an overview of what's to come with lesson 9 and just basically go over the fundamental skills that you will need. So lesson 9 is rather about identifying the parts of the shape that are shaded and non-shaded. All right, so we're going to start here with this problem set question. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my name on this. Today is January the 27th, 2026. All right, so the instructions say to whisper the fraction of the shape that is shaded, then match the shape to the amount that is not shaded. All right, so you're going to match it to these questions here. So I'm going to go ahead and whisper number one. Number one is 1/2, but what's the number of parts that are not shaded? 1/2. So I'm going to match this one up to this one. Okay, number 2 is 1/4. But how many are not shaded? 1, 2, 3 out of 4 are not shaded. So in this case, that's going to make 3/4. All right. This here will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so the fraction of shaded parts is 1/9, but the fraction of non-shaded parts is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8/9. Okay, so 8/9. Do I see that answer choice? There it is, right there, right there. All right, this one here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 1/6, which means that 5 out of 6 are not shaded. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that makes 5/6, which means I'm going to match it up to this one right there. All right, this one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so this makes 1/5 shaded and 4/5 not shaded. That will match up to this one here. Notice how I'm numbering everything and putting the fraction of shaded parts and the fraction of non-shaded parts outside the shape. This is 1, 2, 3. This makes 1/3, and the fraction of non-shaded parts is 2/3. Okay, so that means I'm going to match this one to 2/3, which would be right here at the top. All right, and continuing, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This makes 1/7, which means, I hate to say it, 6/7 are the number of parts that are not shaded. 6/7. Yes, 6/7. Okay, next part. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, this is 1/8 of the part that is shaded, and that's going to mean 7/8 of the parts are not shaded, which will match up to this one here. Okay, so this is what your problem set will look like. You're talking about the shaded and non-shaded parts, and that's what we did here. This one was 1/4, and this one was 3/4. All right, so this next page is going to pretty much help me and solidify what I'm looking for. So the question is asking how many eighths are in a whole. Okay, there are 8/8 in a whole. How many ninths are in one whole? Okay, there are 9/9 in one whole. How many 12ths are in a whole? There are 12/12 in a whole. See, 8/8, 9/9, and then 12/12. All of those make a whole. Now, each strip represents one whole. Write the fraction to label the shaded and unshaded parts. Look at my brackets here. I'm going to go ahead and number this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is 1/5, 2/5, 3/5. Make sure I put that as fifths, 4/5, and then our whole is 5/5. Well, this part of the bracket is asking how many is shaded here. There are 1/5 of the total parts shaded. Or how many are unshaded? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/5 are not shaded. Okay? And how do I know that? Well, if I add it up, 1/5 plus 4/5 equal 5/5. All right. The next part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to use unit fractions. So this is 1/7, 1/7, all the way around to identify our unit fraction that everything is 1/7 to make our whole. 1 out of 7 is shaded. That makes 1/7, which has to mean 6/7. 6/7. 6/7. 6/7. 6/7. 6/7. Okay, sorry. So that means if I add 1/7 plus 6/7, 6/7, that will make our whole of 7/7. Yes. Okay. Okay. Sorry. All right. The next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 1/11th, and I'm making this as a sum of unit fractions to just identify the total number of parts that I have. So if 1 out of 11 is shaded, that must mean 10 out of 11 are non-shaded. Why? Because if I add 1/11th plus 10/11ths, I get 1 whole of 11/11ths. All right. And that's kind of why this up here was super simple, to show you what the wholes look like. These are all 1 whole. And I just did simple addition to find my 1 whole of the shaded and non-shaded parts. Okay? It says Avanti reads 1/6 of her book. Okay? So I'm going to draw a strip here because this is what helps me with my fractions. What fraction of the book has she not read? So I'm going to make this into 6. That means I'm going to draw 5 lines. 3, 4, 5. She read 1/6 of the book. I'm going to make sure that each of these are written in the sum of unit fractions here. And I'm going to identify here that she read only 1 out of the 6. So I'm going to just color that in. And so this is how much she read. But how much did she not read? Okay. She did not read 5 out of the 6 of her books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how much she did not read rather. Okay, so identify. This one is very important. They're going to usually give you the fraction, and then they're going to tell you, well, what's the part that has not been eaten or not been read or not been given or whatever. And that's what you have to remember, is to always draw what they're asking. The clue that they gave you here was 1/6. That's why I went ahead and made my strip into sixths. Okay, so that's pretty much how you do this lesson. It's fairly simple. Again, the exit ticket is really referring to you completing what is shaded and what is not shaded. And again, I can give you some pretty good examples on how to do those problems in the next part of this video. Join me as we talk more about it. Let me go back into it. There we go.